అంటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి సింపుల్ గా పబ్లిక్ గా గుర్తుపెట్టేసుకో. తర్వాత అక్కడ పబ్లిక్ తీసి ప్రైవేట్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, ఏదైనా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. సింపుల్ గా అంటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి ఈజీ వేలో గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, ట్రై టు రిమెంబర్ ఇట్ యాజ్ సింపుల్ as possible. ఓకే, పబ్లిక్ క్లాస్ నేమ్, this is what you need to remember. Okay,
Public void written type.
why void always?
Written type.
Written type. What is written type? We will discuss. Wait.
In the method business logic, we write the business logic and system debug.
System debug is not mandatory. Whatever business logic is there, that we will write in the method. Why we need to write it in a method? Because whenever you want to call that particular method, you can call it. If you don't want, like say for example, you have three different business scenarios. When the scenario A occurs, you call that A method. When the scenario B occurs, call the B method. Like that, entire business logic we will not write it at one place. We will write the business logic as a smaller modules, wherein whenever you need certain thing, we can call that certain thing and we can execute that certain thing. Okay?
Method లేకుండా business logic రాసుకోవచ్చా? అదే
Within a single method, you can write all the logic, or you can write smaller chunks. I mean, one particular step in one particular method. Like for example, if I tell you to go to Vijayawada from Hyderabad. Okay. Now tell me what are the steps you will do.
by bus or by train.
Firstly, what you will do?
Train.
Direct train. From here directly you will jump to train. First you will book the ticket. Yes or no? Okay. Ticket booking process will be there, right? So that entire process we will put in one method. Okay. Another method, you need to travel from your place to railway station or bus stop. Okay. Let's consider train. Okay. So now, what is the second thing? You need to have a proper transportation from here to railway station. There only you can get into a train. Yes or no? For that, there are different steps, different processes are there, right? Once after reaching there, what you need to do? You need to get onto the train. If you do everything, but if you don't get onto the train, then you cannot reach. Once if you get onto the train, you should carry your valid ID proof and ticket. Otherwise, he will not allow you to travel. Once all these things are satisfied, then you can reach to Vijayawada, right? So I can put the entire process in a single method. I can do that, or I can do it in three different methods. Like one method is for booking ticket, that entire process I'll put it in one method. Another method, traveling from here to railway station, and in the third method, the entire travel from here Hyderabad to Vijayawada. That travel you will put in a different method. If you put it in three methods, what is the advantage? For example, if I say that I have an extra ticket, I booked it for my friend, but I will give it for free. Then what happened? The first process, entire process is not needed anymore. Yes or no? In that scenario, directly you can jump to the next process. You have the ticket ready with you. Somebody booked it for you. They gave you the ticket. Now, what you can do? You can directly jump to the second step. Okay, and you can perform the other things. Okay. For example, you already have a ticket. Somebody gave you a ticket, and you are already in railway station because you came from Shirdi to Hyderabad, for example. Okay. So the second step is also not needed for you because already you are in the station. Directly that step is needed, right? Like this, in different scenarios, we may need different logic to perform. So that is why we always divide the entire business logic into smaller chunks. So this is known as modularizing the code. So we want to modularize the code in such a way that, okay, if you have a particular requirement to work on that particular logic, you will use that module. Otherwise, you will not use that module. Okay. Okay. Let me explain this with another example. Like for example, imagine you are a kid, and if I gave you one car toy, okay, that is a complete car toy which has wheels and you can play with it. Okay. Instead of that, if I give you a building blocks kind of thing, okay, wherein it has all the parts, you can club and you can build a car on your own. If I give it that way, then what you can do? You can do more customization. If you want a red color car, you can prepare. You can, if you want to make a different shaped car, or if you want to make a jeep out of it, or if you want to make a bus out of it, you're getting my point. If I give you building blocks, if each block is available independently, then you can make a car with four wheels also, you can make a car with six wheels also. You can make a bus out of it, you can make a lorry out of it. But if I gave you a ready-made car, which is completely ready, then in future if you want to modify, can you break it? If you break one wheel, you cannot fix it again, right? If it is a complete toy. Similarly here, if you write the entire business logic in one method, then what happens? If you want to change something in future, or if you want to perform the business logic in a different way for a different scenario, it will be difficult. So that is the reason we follow the modular approach, wherein we have smaller building blocks. We will club them in one way to get one kind of output. We will club the same blocks in another way to get a different kind of output. Okay. So what are those basic building blocks? In a class, we have different methods. Okay. Each method we will always try to simplify the business logic. And also, so now previously I gave an example like from here to Vijayawada if you want to travel. So these are the steps, right? If there is a complex business process and if I write the entire code, if that code is of 5,000 lines, okay, is it possible for you to read and understand what is going on here? Instead of that, if I divide that into 5 lines, from 5,000, if I divide that into 5 lines, in the first line I will mention that okay, this method is for this process, this method is for this process, like that. Then what I can do, I can open the class and I can read those methods and I can understand, okay, by saying the method names, I can understand, okay, for total we have these 5 steps involved here. Out of that, this step is for this purpose, this step is for this purpose, like that you can understand. So it increases readability also because of this modular approach. If you have some problem with one of the method, you can make other methods work and you can comment or you can hide or you don't want to call that method. We can have a better control basically. Okay, we will have a better control if we divide that into smaller chunks. Okay, see in this classroom we have individual chairs. So now if you want to change the direction, like if I want to put the screen that side, then what I can do, just I can rearrange the chairs. Imagine if we have with the cement, the table, I mean the bench kind of thing. In parks we have benches, right? Similarly, if they construct it in such a way, then what happens? Can you make any change to that? You cannot make the change, right? So entire thing, if it is already fixed, if you want to make small change also, then how difficult it is? Yes or no? Instead of that, if we have a separate entities, then if one chain is broken, you can replace that. It will be easy. Okay. So now, so considering these things, we are going to discuss in detail about OOPS concepts. OOPS concepts means object-oriented programming. So in this, what are the different OOPS concepts? What is a class? What is an object? Okay. And other 5 we will discuss. First, these 2 we should get clarity. Class is nothing but a blueprint or structure of an object. What is an object? An object is an instance of a class. Okay, that you are very clear. So how to create a class? How to create a class? Public class class name. Okay, this is how you will create a class. Inside class, what we will write? Inside class, we will write two things. One is data member, second one is data methods. Method is nothing but methods, what we are seeing. Inside method, we will write our business logic. Data member is nothing but what? Variable. Data member is nothing but variable. Data member is nothing but variable. So now here see, this is the this is the class definition. Okay, this is the class which I have. Inside the class, I have data members, I have data methods. In a class, I can have n number of methods. Okay, if I want to put, see, in method 1, I am doing a plus b. In method 2, I am doing a minus b. Can I include both a plus b and a minus b in one method? Yes, I can do. Yes, I can do. But I'm doing it differently because in future, if I want to add two numbers, I will call this method. If I want to subtract two numbers, I will call this method. So when I am dividing this into different methods, it is making my process easy going further. Whenever I need the specific operation, whenever I need the specific logic, only I will call that logic. If I want to add, if in the same method add also subtract is also present, subtract also will be executed, but I don't need it. Only if I need, then if I call and execute, that is meaningful. So here we are saving the system resources. If it is executing unnecessarily means it is wasting the resources, right? So to use the resources in an optimum way, to understand the logic and also to execute it. All the ways, this modularized approach is helping us a lot. Okay. So now you understood what is the class definition, what are the different things that are present inside a class, and why we are following a modular approach. Okay, fine. So now let's understand one more point. So we in the OOPS concepts we understood class, we understood object. What is object definition? How can you create an object? First you need to write the class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay? How I have written? See, what I have done, class name. My class name is sample1 is my class name. Class name, object name equal to new class name. You need to write like this. So this is how you will create. Spelling should be correct. Let me copy paste the spelling because if I write anything wrong in the spelling, it will not work. Okay, fine. So this is how you will define a class. This is how you will define a object. Okay. So with this, what I have done, I have created a new object with the name obj for the class sample1. And now, just because I created an object, the methods will not execute. If I want to execute the method 2 first, then I want to execute method 1. Yes, I can do that. How I will do that? Here, in the way here what we have written, this is not important for us. Here the way we are calling it, that is important. For example, here I want to call the method obj. This is the object name dot method name which you want to call. So I will use obj dot method 2. Okay, obj dot method 2. If I call this first, okay, then if I call obj dot method 1, then what will happen? First method 2 will execute, then method 1 will execute. Let's see the output. See, first subtraction happened, after that addition happened. Okay, you getting my point? So the order in which we want to execute also we can control with the help of creating an object to that particular class. Okay, clear till this point? Okay. So the process of combining the data members and the data methods together at one place is called encapsulation. Okay. Have you ever seen capsule whenever you are child, whenever you are a child, when you are sick, you might have used capsules, right?
Yes.
So why they have designed capsule, you know? Basically, if there are small granules, okay, if you have a tablet, if you have a tablet like this, you can put it into your mouth and you can have it. But if you have, like, see, you know, like rava, yeah, in that format, see, like idli rava you have seen, right? In that format, the medicine will be there, okay, or either it will be in powder format, or if it is in the format of uh, idli rava, some, like, you know, wheat, that kind of format, it will be there. How can you have it? So if you put that inside a capsule, and if I give you a capsule directly, you can swallow the capsule, right? So now it is making the process easy. If I ask you to put the powder into your mouth, it will be what? It will be bitter. You cannot have it, right? So to simplify that, we use capsules, right? Similarly here, we have methods. We have data members, we have data methods. Clubbing them together and putting them inside a single class. Okay? This helps us to execute all these business processes whenever we need to execute the coding. This helps us a lot. What is this known as? This is known as encapsulation. Encapsulation meaning is nothing but combining data members, data methods together in a class is known as encapsulation. Okay? So encapsulation, you don't need to do anything. Just it is a definition, you need to understand, that's it. So now you are clear about class, you are clear about object, you are clear about encapsulation. These three things are clear, right? So there are total 7 OOPS concepts. Out of the 7, we covered 3. Okay? Now let's see the other 4. Okay? Let's see the other 4. So,
To mentor with a particular nature of last label, either identify that by to that.
I have given the name as method 1. You can give the name of the method as addition. Okay? This is,
It's like
if I have given method like this, yes, can I give? Yes, I can give the method name anything. But how can I recognize that this is a method? A method will be always in this format. First, access modifier, public, private, something like that. If you don't mention anything also, it will work. Because if you don't mention any public, private, something like that, it will consider private as a default access modifier. Okay? So that's why we want it to be public, so that's why I mentioned public explicitly. Okay? If you want it to be private, even if you give private, it will behave in that way. Even if you don't give anything, it will behave as private. Fine. So this is not mandatory. But this one is mandatory. What is this? Void. What does this mean? What does this mean? Means if I call this method, see, if I want to call this addition method, how will I call? Obj dot addition. This is how I will call this method. Okay. So whenever I am calling a method, okay, from here, see, from here the control will come here and it will execute from where to where, from this bracket till this bracket. Once this bracket is done, then what will happen? It will go back. The control will go back to this point again. Okay, the control will go back to this point again. So here if I write obj dot subtraction, then what happens? Then what happens? Again the control will come from here to here and then it will execute from this bracket to this bracket. After this bracket, if I have multiplication, one more method, but if I don't call that method from here, it will not execute. Only the methods which you call explicitly using the object name dot method name. How can you call a method? You can call a method using the syntax object name dot method name. Okay. Only if we use this object name dot method name, only in that case this method will get executed. If you write the apex class but you have not created object, or if you have created object but you have not called that method, then what will happen? Nothing will happen. It will not execute. Okay. So now if you see a method, first this is written type. Okay. We call this as data type. We call this as written type. Okay. So here when I am saying integer a equal to 5, what I am telling, I am creating a new variable with the name a, and I want to store only integer values in this variable. That is what I am specifying. Yes or no? Yes. Here, if I call this addition, obj.addition, then what I am doing from here? From here, I am going to this method and executing from this bracket till this bracket, and then after completing, I will come back here. I will come back here. Okay, that is what it is going to happen. If I have not given this, what will happen? Only this one will execute. Let me execute this one, then you will understand. I have given only addition. Now what is happening? After the completion of addition, okay, after the completion of addition, it is stopped. Okay, I can show you line by line. See here, let's see how many lines we have written our code. First 3 lines will not execute because this is comments. So it will start with the line number 4. 5 will not execute. 6, 7, 8, 9 will not execute. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. With 14 bracket close happened. So 15 we have not called. So 15 to 19 will not execute. Whether it happened in that way or not, let's check. First line, nothing. Directly it went to fourth line. See? Okay? Fourth line. After that, the sixth line. Because in fifth line what we have? Fifth line data members. So comment will not execute, so it went to sixth line. So sixth line statement, see sixth line we can see statement heap size allocate. Fifth line is not there. Sixth line, in sixth line heap allocate. Sixth line heap allocate. Okay, I am allocating some heap space for these variables inside memory. Behind the scenes, I am allocating some space. So after that, 6 execute statement execute 4. 4 in 4 what is there? Public class name. Okay, so this line is getting executed, and after that what is happening? After 4 it is going to sixth line, and in sixth line heap allocate is happening. Okay, and after this variable assignment, so I am putting the value 5 into a. That is also I am doing inside the 6. Next in 7, there are 3 things that are happening. First, executing the statement, allocating heap size, and also allocating the value 10 to b. Okay. Then 8th line. Then after 8th line, what is the 8th line? This is integer string. After 8th line, why it went to the first line? Okay, constructor. Every class should have a constructor. Okay, but here I have not created the constructor. So that is why system itself, it is creating a new constructor, and after using that, it is destructing it on its own. If you want to do this in Java, you need to construct it and you need to destruct it. Okay, but here it will be done automatically. If you want to send some parameters into the constructor, then yes, you can create a constructor, and whenever you are creating a constructor, either you can create a parameterized constructor or non-parameterized constructor. I will discuss in detail about constructor. Now don't worry about constructor. If you don't specify any constructor also, system by default will create a constructor and destroy the constructor. Okay? So now that is what which is going to happen behind the scenes. So here the constructor system is creating a constructor for this sample one class, and after that system mode exit false variable assignment. I have created the variable obj. Okay, see, I have created the object, right? Object after after the creation of the object, the variable assignment is going to happen like a equal to 5, b equal to 10. Then execute code. So when this is happening, once you create the object, then it will come and execute the code. After that, it went to second line, 10th line, 11th line, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13. See, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, what are the lines we have? 10, 11, 12, 13. So, till this line it executed. 10th line, name of the method. 11th line, system.debug. 12th line, addition. 13th line, system.debug. See, 10, 11, 11 variable elevation is going on. Okay, C is null. And 12, 12, C is putting some value to 12, 13. Okay, so after 13 is done, I am displaying the 13. Okay, once it is done, it is not executing anything like 15, 16, 17, 18. These lines are not at all executed. See once here, is there anyone 15, 16, 17 like that? Is there anything like that? No. Why? Because here we have not called this second method. So whichever method you call, only that method will execute. For example, instead of calling the first method, if I call only the second method, then what will happen? This first method code 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 will not execute. Let me see that. Execute. So now I am calling only the second method. So see now. 10, 11, 12, can you see them? 10, 11, 12. After 1, 2, directly it went to 15, 16, 17, 18. 10, 11, 12, not executed. Okay, clear? Clear? Maybe my head is clear.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
And you want to do the
Okay. Is there anyone who have any confusion or you want any clarity on this?
method is already executed.
Okay, you do one thing. You do one thing. Yeah, once see the code once. All of you see the code once. I'll give you 60 seconds to see the code. This one also you see. This one also you see. Just to see. Don't do anything. Just to see. Read through it. That's it. Done? Now write the code without seeing on a paper. Right? Not in system.
Same other color.
Same code.
Execute numbers.
Oh my God.
Otherwise, how will you execute? Take a new white paper. Don't write it in your notes because I know you have already written this in notes. Don't copy it. When you try to write, see the simple logic here. I have two variables, integer a, integer b, and adding these two values a plus b, I am putting them in C. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, so now take a public class name. Okay, public class name. See whether you have written correctly. Public class name. Okay, class will not have these kind of brackets. These kind of brackets will be present only for method. Class will have only curly braces. So that is first point. People might have done mistake. Okay. So that is the mistake I think people will do in the first line. Let's go to the second line. Okay. Let's go to the second line. Integer a equal to 5, b equal to these three you will write correctly. These three you will write correctly. I know you will not make mistake. But the point here is creation of a method. When you are writing a method, public void, you will write public void. This one, method name. Method name also you will write. Here, some people will miss these brackets. If you miss this bracket and directly write this bracket, it will not work. Because for a method, always you need to write these small brackets. How you will call them? You call them as parenthesis. If someone is saying parenthesis, that is the meaning of this bracket. Okay, you need to use these small brackets to define a method. For a class, you need to have this curly braces. For a method, what you will have this small brackets. After that, you will write these curly braces. And starting and ending of the curly braces, in between the content of the method, you will write. Whatever it may be the content. Content of the method should be present between these two curly braces. Okay. And similarly for the next method also you will do. After that, after writing the second method or third method, so how many methods you want to write, you write. After that, at the end, what you need to do, you are starting the class with a open curly braces, right? You need to end it with that closed curly braces. So class is starting here, class is ending here. This method is starting here, ending here. This method is starting here, ending here. Okay, this is one class, this is one method, this is another method. So these all are the variables that we are creating. Okay. Now we have understood everything. Now it's clear what are the mistakes we are doing. Now all of you, open your laptop, go to developer console. All of you open your laptop, go to developer console, create a new Apex class, to find the area of a circle. So area of a circle formula also I will tell you. What is the formula? Okay. Perimeter of a circle. So first area let's calculate. Okay. All of you know that pi r square, right? Okay. Pi value 3.14. Okay. That also I am telling. I want you to calculate area of a circle using Apex class. Write an Apex class for that one. Once you write it, then execute it. How you will execute? Create the class, create an object, create a method inside the class, call the method. From after creating the object, you do everything and show me the output. Come on. వాడని మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న ఆయుధాలన్నీ క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఏది వాళ్ళ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉందా ఏది కాకపోతే ప్లేస్ ఇవ్వమన్నమాట ఏరియా అండర్ స్కోర్ ఆఫ్ అండర్ స్కోర్ సర్కిల్ లేదా సింపుల్గా సర్కిల్ అండర్ స్కోర్ ఏరియా ఏదో పెట్టు
సింగిల్ పై ఆడుతుంది సింగిల్ పై పైన అవసరం లేదు ఇందులో ఉందా సింగిల్ పై లేదా
పై అంటే పిఐ అని ఉంది ఇందులో.
ఇంతేనా
జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ అంటారా? జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ సరిపోయి కోడర్ కోడర్
పైన
14. నాకు రికార్డింగ్ లేకపోతే నేను ఏదో ఒకటి గెలుపుతుండే.
ఆర్డర్ లేదు
హర్షన్ కావాలా? ఇగో హర్షన్ ఇది
బండి నడుస్తుందా? ఉంటేనంట. ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ లోనే బుక్తో పని లేదు బాబు, రాయాలి. నాకంటే బుక్ లేదు పెన్ లేదు అని తప్పిస్తున్నాడు.
రాస్తున్నా సార్
అందరినీ వెళ్తే చేస్తా.
రికార్డింగ్
ఆ భయం పోవాలి, అందుకే లేకపోతే నేను టాటా చేసి వెళ్ళిపోతాను. సరే అది ఓకే. మనోడు ఒక పని చేశాడు, అదేంటో చెప్తాను. ఓకే, ఎనానమస్ విండోలో పబ్లిక్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ అని రాశాడు. ఓకే, అది కరెక్టా తప్ప చెప్పండి. ఎనానమస్ విండోలో పబ్లిక్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ అని రాశాడు మనోడు. అది కరెక్టా రాంగా చెప్పు, జస్ట్ కరెక్టా రాంగా?
ఎనానమస్ విండోలో పబ్లిక్ నేమ్
పబ్లిక్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ చూపి ఒకసారి కంట్రోల్ చేసి మనోడు ఇది రాశాడు. ఇది రైటా రాంగా చెప్పు.
ఎనానమస్ విండోలో ఎనానమస్ విండోలో అలా రాయితే
రాస్తే ఏమవుతుంది?
ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ కాదు.
ఎందుకు కాదు? అందుకే రాయమనేది. లేదంటే అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి ఎన్నో కష్టాలు పడతారు. ఆఫీస్ లో కోడ్ రాకపోతే ఆ వాళ్ళు వీళ్ళు ఎవరు హెల్ప్ చేయరు. ఆ నరకం అనేది జాబ్ రాకపోతే బాగుంది రా దేవుడా అనిపిస్తుంది. అవునా కదా చెప్పు ప్రాక్టికల్ గా. ఎందుకు చెప్పు?
సీనియర్స్ చెప్పరా అంటే
నీకు ఇంకా తెలియట్లేదు జాబ్ అంటే ఎలా ఉండిద్దు.
ఫ్రెషర్స్ సార్
ఎవరైనా ఫస్ట్ టైం ఫ్రెష్ అక్కడికి వెళ్ళాకే
అంటే సీనియర్స్ హెల్ప్ చేస్తారు కదా సార్ నాకు.
ఎవ్వరు చేయరు స్వామి, నీకు ఎవ్వరు హెల్ప్ చేయరు. కుదిరితే నేను వాడుకొని వదిలేస్తాను తప్ప ఎవరు నీకు హెల్ప్ చేయరు. నీకే కదా ఎవరికి హెల్ప్ చేయరు.
అంటే మనం
అడిగితే ఏమంటారో తెలుసా? నాకెవరు హెల్ప్ చేయలేదు, నేను ఎవరికి హెల్ప్ చేయను, బాంబే చెప్తాడు డైరెక్ట్ గా. అప్పుడు నేను నేర్చుకున్నాను, నాకు ఎవరు చేయలేదు. ఇప్పుడు నాకు తెలియదు, నువ్వు వచ్చావు నన్ను అడిగావు, నాకు తెలుసు అనుకో ఆ విషయం, నీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను అనుకో, నీ ఫీలింగ్ ఏంటి? ఓకే బా ఒకవేళ నాకు తెలియదు అని చెప్పాను అనుకో, అప్పుడు నేను ఫీలింగ్ ఏంటి, ఓకే తెలియదు నేను కూడా వదిలేస్తాను. నాకు తెలుసు కానీ నేను చేస్తాను అన్నాను అనుకో, అప్పుడు ఈ ఫీలింగ్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది? అది కూడా ఆన్సర్ ఇట్లానే ఉంటది. నాకు తెలుసు కానీ నేను చేస్తాను. ఈ ఆన్సర్ వింటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి సినిమాలో చూపించినట్టు ఇలా బ్లడ్ బాయిల్ అవుతుంది. అలాగే చెప్తారు లేదు చెప్పు, అలాగే చెప్తారు, ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఇదే లైన్ చెప్తారు. నాకు తెలుసు కానీ నేను చెప్పను, ఇదే లైన్ చెప్తారు. అప్పుడు ఈ బ్లడ్ బాయిల్ అయిపోతుంది మొత్తం. అక్కడ నుంచి సినిమాలో చూపించినట్టు నరాలన్నీ ఇలా పొంగి కనిపిస్తుంది. అంతే, నాకు టైం లేదు, ఐఎమ్ బిజీ, అది ఖాళీగా ఆడుకుంటా. And one more thing, integer a, here you should not write this logic, you will write inside here. You will just write integer a, that's it here. And that variable you will populate. Saroj, that also you need to do. So in the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth line integer spelling you correct first. That is also a mistake here. Integer you are saying and you are giving a decimal value. So you are trying to assign a decimal value to an integer. So what you need to take here, instead of integer you need to take decimal. Decimal by integer are here again decimal a. Area will you will get, because if you multiply an integer with a decimal, what you will get? You will get a decimal, not an integer, right? So the first one should be decimal or integer is fine, okay? But again area it should be decimal. After that public void area, okay? You are not doing multiplication here, you are calculating area, right? So area bracket, this is fine, curly bracket, system.debug, first he is writing system.debug, then he is putting a. Now tell me, if he writes like this, can he ever see the area? Answer, no, because first he is seeing what is a. What is a? A is having null, okay? First he will see null and then he will, area will be calculated, but after calculating he should put the system.debug. So this line should come down, this line should go up, okay? So in 4 or 5 lines of code, see how many mistakes are coming. In a practical scenario, you will have thousands of lines of code. Yes or no? One class, 5,000 lines, 4,000 lines code will be there or not? 10,000 lines, like that will be there. If 4 lines has 40 mistakes, 10,000 lines, how many mistakes will come? Okay? So now I want all of you to execute and get output for this area of the circle. Do it. These are the problems you should get. That's why I'm asking. See, if whenever you are saving, first of all, if you want to execute fast, what we need to do? First we need to write an Apex class. Go to, what you need to do? Go to developer console. In that, what you need to do? First thing, what you need to do? Go to file, new Apex class. Okay? Okay, fine. So I will do it now. All of you see my screen. If you have missed any point, then you can. Okay. See, all of you just pay attention. See my screen. Now, my question is to write an Apex class to find the area of a circle. Okay. So this is my requirement. For that, what I am doing? First of all, I am going to developer console. Okay. After going to developer console, then first thing I am going to file, close everything, whichever is open, close everything, keep it fresh, okay? Now go to file, in that go to new, create an Apex class, okay? New, give the name, okay? Circle area, okay? This is the Apex class name I want to give, okay? Circle area. So public class name, okay? This is the class. Now what I want to do, I want to create some variables. What are the variables I have? Pi r square. In that pi r I need to use. Okay. So I will create a variable called decimal pi equal to 3.14. Okay, next integer r equal to 5, 10, some value I can give. Okay, anything. Next decimal, okay, area. I want to create a variable with the name area. Okay, and initial value I am not giving any initial value. Okay, okay. So now see my screen. After that, I want to create a method to calculate the area. Public void calculate. Okay, I have given some method name. Okay, this is the name of my method, and inside the method, what I am writing inside the method, I am writing area equal to pi into r into r. Okay, this is what I have done. After this, what I need to do? System.debug to see the output. If I don't use system.debug, what will happen? It will execute, but we cannot see the output. Okay, now see, here there is a star, here there is a star. So after writing the code, I need to save. Before saving, you will see the star. Once it is successfully saved, the star will go away. Okay. Now see, the star is, you are able to see the star. Now let me do control yes. Now it is saving. Now the star is not there. It means it's correctly saved. Now, for example, if I remove this bracket, last curly braces if I remove. Now again, so small change, whatever change you make, again star will come. It means this new changed one is not saved. That is the meaning of it. Star means it's not saved. Now if I try to do control S, it will say star is still existing. Even if I do control S, saving for few seconds, saving is coming. After that, again you are seeing star. What does this mean? There is some issue and it could not save. So now what is the problem? And how to resolve the problem? That is important. For that, what you need to do? You need to go to the problems. See, whenever this star is coming, then immediately you need to go to the problems tab. Here it will say in which line the problem is. Here it is saying that in line number 10, it is expecting curly braces. It is not there, so that's why it is throwing error. So if I just put that, you can put it in 10 or 11, just I gave one line empty so that it will be easy. Okay, so just I did that, and if I click on save, now it is saving. See, and now the star went away. So now it's successfully saved. And when you click on problems, there are no problems. This is empty now. If there are problems, it will not allow you to save. Is it clear? Now this is the code I have written. How can I execute this code? Just go to debug, open, execute anonymous window. Here clear whatever it is there before. First, I need to create an object for this class. What is the name of the class? Class name, object name, okay? Class name, object name equal to class name sorry, new class name, new class name, and then semicolon. Next, object dot method name. Here this is the method name. And if I click on execute, now what happens? I'm executing it and I got the answer. Okay. Now tell me, all of you are able to. No, we cannot use the power. You need to multiply normally. If you want to specify that this is a constant, okay. So now I will clarify those doubts, like how can you specify it as a constant, all these things I will explain. Before that, I want everyone to get output for this. Everyone clear? Are you able to write a class on your own? Are you able to get an output for this? Okay. Now it's clear, right? So now I will say that there are some problems in this code. Okay. What are those issues and how to resolve those issues? Okay. Let's see. Here I am saying that I am writing this class to find out the area of a circle. Okay, good. Inside this, what I have used, I used a variable called pi and r, and this I have done. For example, inside this method, if I give pi equal to 5, if I do this, if I try to save this, will it save or not? Tell me. Just I have given inside this method, I have given pi equal to 5 and I have not saved yet. If I save, will it save properly or will it give me an error? That is the question. Tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. So you will be able to save? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let me save. I did Control S. Okay. Let me do Control S. Saving. Still saving. Now it got saved. Okay. Can I execute? Okay. If I execute, what happens? See. If I execute, it is saying that 5 into 5 into 5 equal to 125. It is not thinking about whether it is pi value. We cannot change. You should always use 3.14. You cannot give 5. Nobody is stopping us. So, if you have written this code and if you have given this code to someone else, if they are not touching this one, okay, they are not touching this one, but somewhere below, if they give some new value to your existing variable, what will happen? You will lose the previous value. I don't want this to happen. I don't want anyone to give any new value to this. It should be always 3.14. How can I do that? See, final numbers can only be assigned in their declaration. So now it is not allowing you to give a new value to pi. It's not allowing you to give new value to pi because I used a keyword called final. If I use a keyword called final, that is the final value. You cannot make the change anywhere. From in any possible way, it will not allow you to give a new value to that. So, if I remove this, it will allow me to save. It will allow me to save. Okay. It will not allow you to give new value. That is what I've done. If you don't give the final value here, then, okay, if I remove the final value, okay, then if I give pi equal to 5, it is allowing me to save. Okay, but if I give final here, it will not allow me to save. Getting my point? So it will not allow you to assign a new value if this is defined as final. Okay? So in this way I am able to do. Okay?
final keyword ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మెథడ్ లో కూడా ఎలిమెంట్ కరెక్ట్ ఉంది కదా సార్ ఫైనల్ కు ఫైల్ మెథడ్ లో ఇచ్చింది
I cannot give, see, once if I give final, if I try to give pi equal to 5, it is not saving, it is not allowing me to give a new value. That is what I am saying. It's not allowing you to give another value to that variable. How can you use it? You cannot save itself first of all. Clear now? Save. Okay. Is it clear till this? Okay. So now, one more question I have. Here, always this circle area, it will be, what it will be? It will consider always radius equal to 5. But I don't want that. I want to give different radius values as input and I want to get a different area answer every time. For that, what I need to do, I want to pass the parameter from the object. For this object, it should give me a different answer. For different object, it should give me a different answer. So that we will see tomorrow. Till that time, you practice all these things and you try to get some understanding. Try to write the code without seeing and compare it with the notes or the executed program. Try to observe what is missing, whether you are missing some bracket or something, what is going wrong. Okay? Then